Chaps, this is Tortimer the Great. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Minecraft Jurassic World Edition. Today, as I said last episode, we've got a couple of fun things to do. Starting off, if I can get there, we go. Get my HUD back. We're going to start off today by, we've got a couple of dinos to name, so we're going to go ahead and take care of that. We've got a dino to tame, which should be fun. And then, if any time allows, we will probably do a little bit of work on the front of the park, working on the boardwalks, the bridges, etc. I want to show you guys kind of what we've accomplished there, but before we get into that, I do want to get some of these names going. Now, we've got 4 dinos that we're going to name today, and I've got some great suggestions from you guys in relation to naming the Carnos, as well as the new little trike, and so that should work out very nicely. Let's head this way. I think I've got an anvil back here by the Garris Memorial Aquarium still, so we will give that a go. One thing I want to talk about let's get these names done, and then we can talk about it because the aquarium just reminded me of it. So we'll talk about that a little bit today. But I want to start. So we're gonna name the Carnos. Now let's spread these out a little bit. All right. So the first one we're gonna do. Let's knock out the males here first. The first male name we have is Bonaparte. Sure I spell it right, because I'm not real great with that. Well, that's how, at least I'm not sure if that's how you spell Bonaparte, but that is how it was spelled in the comment that was provided. So that's what we're gonna do, and that was suggested by Kate Black. And so thank you so much, Kate, for the wonderful suggestion. I think that'll be a great name for one of our little Carnos. The next male's name is gonna be Carnage, and that was suggested by Shane. So thank you so much, Shane, for your feedback. Those are both great names. And then the female's name was suggested by Haley, and Haley suggested Esme, or I don't know. It just looks pretty, and I think Carlisle has such a fancy name. He's such a fancy dude. Esme feels like a great name to go for his little lady friend. So those are the Carnos. Thank you guys, all 3 of you, so much for your suggestions there. And then the new trike we are going to name Sari. I'd kind of thrown that idea out last episode, and then, let's see, Kate thought that might be a good idea, as well as William thought that going along those lines would probably be a good idea as well. And so since a couple of you guys kind of gave me feedback there, you guys had some good suggestions. Runners up was from Amy Purdue. I was so on the fence, but she suggested the name Bakichia or something. Apparently it's the name of a baby Triceratops female from the Jurassic Park, the game. I think that might be the Telltale game, but it's an older one. But she suggested that, it's a cool reference. I've never played that game, and honestly, the only reason I didn't go with that was because I just don't know how to say it. It's just kind of an odd name. Like, it's a cool name, but I don't know. I liked the idea of both of those names, but I don't know. Sari won me over. So we're going to name this thing Sari because it's close to Sarah, which was our previous trike's name, and it's also an homage to a former time shotter and friend, and my Venusaur in my Pokemon Yellow Dice Lock series. So I'm playing through Pokemon Yellow, which is one of the first generation games, and my Venusaur in that series is named Sari because obviously Time Shot Sari is very into wildlife and nature and things like that, and so I figured a Venusaur would be a good fit for her. So Triceratopses are kind of Venusaur-y a little bit, maybe. The big reptiles, bulky reptiles. Anyway, so let's start here. We're going to name this little lass Sari. That'll be a good homage to Sarah, as well as to a friend of ours from a former member of Time Shot. So there we go. That'll work out very nicely. So now we have Sari. Long may she live. And then everybody else in here is doing good. Slag and Trinity and oh no, my strategical plus grass and Key there are all doing well. So that works out nicely. Now let's head over to the Carno enclosure. I have patched it up since last episode. We got blown up a little bit. So I'll have to break in. I still haven't put in an employee access point yet, which I need to do. But okay, so one of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about. Last week, I sent something out on Twitter, but obviously not everybody follows me on Twitter and things like that. But I made mention to the fact that I recently have updated my Patreon rewards. And so for those of you guys who may know what Patreon is a system where You can support your favorite content creators on a monthly basis while they do their content, things like that. And so each level, so like if you pledge, $1 to, you can pledge as much or as little as you want, essentially. But pledging, nets you certain rewards. If you pledge, $5, you get a different reward or whatever than if you pledge $10 or whatever. So it's got these different levels, and I recently updated the rewards for the levels of my. Okay, so let's make this guy. We'll make this guy. Actually, he's more of a Carnage. We'll make that guy Carnage. Not that they're not identical, but that guy felt like a Carnage to me. Wait, did we just pass? Nope. Let's see. Esme's over here, fighting with her little brother, it looks like. Alright, so we've got Esme there. Gosh, she's so pretty! Just look at her. What a pretty lass. Alright. And then Bonaparte. There we go. So now we've got Carnage, Bonaparte, and Esme. Esme? If I'm saying that wrong, who did I say said that? Haley. Haley, if I'm saying that wrong, let me know. Let me know. But anyway, so I recently updated the rewards on my Patreon page, which doesn't affect a lot of you guys because most of you guys are not Patreons of mine. But a couple of you might be. I know, like, Gemma Girl and Jordy are both Patreons of mine now, who are part of the Time Shot crew. Most of the other people who are my Patrons have been with me since before I joined Time Shot and are more Pokemon fans and things like that. But anyway, fact of the matter is, I updated my rewards on Patreon, and why I was reminded of that was because one of the new reward levels on my Patreon is, I believe, actually I don't even want to say what number it is because I honestly don't remember and I don't want to be wrong. But one of the levels, that may be like if you donate $5 a month or something to that effect. It's some monetary value a month if you pledge to donate or to give that much to helping my channel a month. I had previously had as a reward that some level would allow you to name a Pokemon in one of my future series, which isn't, there's nothing wrong with that, but a lot of people don't watch my Pokemon series and don't care about that, and so I've changed the reward to not just naming a dinosaur, because honestly I like getting suggestions from everybody and be able to pick the best one, but the reward is now set up so that either you have a number of options. So if you donate at this level, whatever it is, $5, $7, $10 a month, whatever it might be, I don't remember. You'd have to go and look at my Patreon, which I encourage you guys to do anyway. I put some time into building that Patreon page, so if you guys want to go read up on stuff and things there, there's some unique stuff on that. But one of the things that we included now was, as opposed to just naming a Pokemon, or you could still choose to name a Pokemon, because a Pokemon's a more intimate thing. We use, like in a Pokemon series that I do, we use that Pokemon for a long time and things like that. So I think that's a fitting reward. Or whereas, like, we've got tons of dinosaurs in here. The other option you have now is to sponsor an enclosure. So if you let's say, in fact, give me 1 second here. Let me just pull it up. Because I don't want to. I don't want to keep saying, whatever level. Let me look and see what it actually is. I'm pulling up my Patreon page here very quickly. Very quickly, I said. There we go. Okay, so it is. Okay, so $10 a month. So for $10 a month, you can sponsor an enclosure here on the map. So kind of like we've got the Garrus Memorial Aquarium there. And if you guys have seen like the Jurassic World movie, they have a line in there. They were like the beginning of the movie. One of the main characters, Claire, she works for the park and she's kind of the public relations. I don't know. She kind of runs. She's like the manager of the park essentially, the business relations portions of it. And so at the beginning of the movie, she is attempting to gain sponsorship for their new dinosaur, the Indominus Rex. And she says, there's a line at there at some point, Verizon Wireless presents the Indominus Rex or whatever. The Verizon Wireless is the sponsor of that attraction in the park. And I figured as I was, updating my rewards and I looked, I was like, well, a lot of people don't necessarily care about naming a Pokemon, but, if I offered up sponsorships of a particular enclosure, and you guys would potentially, like, if somebody were to donate for that or something, you know, if let's you say somebody decides, okay, I really want, you know, I'm gonna support the channel because one, I just want to do that. That's something, you know, I feel like Tortimer does good work, and I decide, you know, I want to support on a regular basis. Then you pledge $10 on Patreon. And then you tell me which enclosure you want. So let's say you guys are big fans of the ankylosaurs, and so the ankylosaur enclosure would then be. So let me just pull a random example of somebody who comments a lot. So let's say Shane. Let's say Shane. Just as I'm not just doing this to pressure Shane into donating. I just say Shane comments all the time, or Kate. You know, one of you guys who comments all the time. Let's just say that you decide you want to do, and so this would be the, you know, Kate Black presents, you know, ankylosaurs, or you know, something to that effect. The Kate Black Memorial Ankylosaur enclosure, something to that effect. And then this enclosure would be yours. And for all intents and purposes, if you've got, you know, if you want, let's say, you know, Kate decides she sponsors the ankylosaurs, and she decides, you know what, Amara really needs a mate. I know you're not planning on putting something in there, but it'd be great if you could put a mate in there for Amara. You know, or, you know, I want to sponsor the Dilophosaurs, but you know it'd be really cool? What if we had, like, as opposed to just this little river, what if we had a waterfall coming down from up there that would fill, you know, thing in there? And so that would give you a little more control over your particular enclosure, let's say, because I would be willing, certainly, to, if you decide you want to sponsor an enclosure, I would be willing to give you guys some control over that enclosure to a degree, and just kind of drive what we do there. All right, so that's just reminded me, as I said, the Garrus Memorial Aquarium, which is named after my dead betta fish. But you know, if you know, given that is a reward that I just updated recently, that just reminded me of it. And so I wanted to bring that up because you know, I know a lot of you guys aren't patrons. Maybe you don't check out that page very frequently, but that might be something that maybe you guys are interested in. And I just wanted to let you guys know that that's there, just in case you're interested in it. Not to pressure anybody into doing anything like that, but if you want to take a more active role in you know, in this world, you know, and you don't have to necessarily pick an existing enclosure either. You could say, well, I would really love to sponsor, you know, a Spinosaur enclosure, and then, you know, we would, you know, then when we build the Spinosaur enclosure, then you guys kind of have, or whoever chooses to sponsor it has a little more control, and we can work through that and figure out how that would work. But anyway, so now. We have named all of our dinos. We've got our 3 new Carnos all named, and we've got a new Trike all named, and now we need to go ahead and try and tame Gree, and we're going to want our armor on for this, I think. This is a Sharpness 3 sword, which I don't think I'm going to want, because I don't want to kill him. I'm also going to need to probably, let's grab some blocks, because I'm honestly not sure how the javelins, that's not what I want. I'm honestly not sure how Clifford is going to react when I attack Gree, because for those of you guys who are not aware, when you attempt to tame a Fossils and Archaeology carnivore, you've got to basically beat them to death. You've got to get them down to very low HP, and then they kind of pass out. And they lie down. You can, their model, like, they physically lie down. You can see in the model or whatever, and they're basically passed out. And then you use a scarab gem on them, and then they're tamed. It's very gruesome, but that is how it works. So let me just make an iron sword here real quick, and we'll give that a go. Oh, we've got a stick here, but I'd rather just here we go. So, essentially, that's what we have to do today. We're going to tame Gree, and while I don't like having to beat him up like that, that's how you tame things in this mod. So, or in the Fossils and Archaeology mod. At least the larger carnivores. You know, when we hatch a T-Rex, we're going to have to do the same thing. We had to do the same thing to Clifford. And so, it's just kind of the way it works. So, let's head over here, and we will go ahead and get this guy going. And like I said, I'm not sure how Clifford's going to react, so I'm going to try and separate them here. Gree's kind of stuck in the... over in this corner here a bit, so I'm probably going to try and block that off, just because I don't want Clifford, when I attack Gree, to run over and attack him, which I honestly think he might do. In fact, let me... Clifford's kind of boxed in a little bit here. Let me just kind of trap him for a second. Okay, I feel like that should work. Okay, so we've got our armor on. Let me just... Okay. Oh, wait, Clifford, did you glitch out? Clifford, are you in there, mate? No? I want him to kind of stay where he's at. In fact, can I probably can get a bone out and tell him to sit, although I don't know if I get attacked, if that's actually going to work or not. So you stay. Just give this a go. Hopefully we'll be far enough away maybe that it won't matter, but let's just... Oh no! Oh no! I even made a crappy iron sword for this! How did he just die? Oh man! This stupid game killing my dinosaurs for no reason. What a shit! What a damn it! Dang it! Stupid! Ah. We didn't have nearly that issue when we tamed Clifford. Oh man! Well, crap. Now we gotta go hatch another Allosaur. Shane is gonna be mad. No, he's definitely not gonna sponsor an enclosure. Gree was his favorite. Oh no. That's unfortunate. Oh crap, I really didn't see that coming. Well, we can get Gree 2.0 going too. Man, we're killing, we've got lots of dinosaurs dying these days. Alright, so let's quickly run over here. And we will get this generating very quickly. And we'll get a new Allosaur hatched. We'll take it over to the plains area so we can get another green one, hopefully, and get Gree 2.0 going. I will, I guess I'll let you guys decide what you want it called again. Oh wait, I've got to analyze this first. Let me... Ooh, Nautilus. Let me do, again, we're going to do one of these. And I'll put the rust, maybe we'll put that in the graveyard once we get that built. Ooh, Ceratosaurus, nice. But this will be a clone of Gree, so if you guys decide, if Shane gets really upset at me and decides we need Gree 2.0 or something, we will do that. Alright, so we'll put the Allosaurus in here. Get some milk. Whoop. Get some milk. There we go. Okay. Yikes. That was unexpected. Okay, and there's Sarah's foot. I'll put that extra meat there with that. I think we must have converted all of her meat into DNA. Where are the trikes? Where? 5 trike DNA? I don't know. What did we end up doing with that meat? Did we... Is it sitting in one of these analyzers or something? Must have been. Okay, so yeah, that's... I'm gonna hold on to that. That's morbid, I know, but I want to... Eventually, if we do the graveyard, I want to have this stuff available. So... Alright, so that's Gree, Sarah, and her foot. Oh, man. We're in bad luck with our dinos lately. Okay, so... There we are. And... Oh, wow, I didn't realize how much volcanic rock I've collected. Ooh, we've got dragon eggs left over still? I guess I knew we had dragon eggs, but... Better put that there. I'm gonna take this stuff with me here. Now let's go back and check on our little lad. See how we're doing. Not even close. Not even close. Well, that is unfortunate. Okay, well, while that's cooking, I want to quickly just show you guys what I've been doing up front here. We're not going to work on it at all today because the last couple of episodes I think have been kind of long, and I don't really want this one to be so. But I want to show you guys what I've been doing. So I've been working on the bridges, working on finalizing the design. I think I'm more or less happy with it. I may continue to tinker as I generally do, but I think I'm happy with it for now, so we'll probably begin translating this throughout the park in areas where it's necessary. But we've kind of got this set up, and it's not really any different than what you guys have seen. I've just kind of got things in place. I moved this middle pillar a little bit. It needed to go a couple of blocks to one side to be more centered between that one and this one. And then I got the corner one kind of figured out more or less. And then it comes over here and kind of stops bridge-wise. And basically, I'm only going to put that in places where the not the boardwalk, but the walkway is kind of extended or suspended, I guess, rather, over, air as opposed to, just being in the ground as it should be. We're going to do this kind of bridge thing. And it's nothing super fancy, but I do like that, places where it, is by an enclosure, then we've got the color option where we can do that. And so that'll be on both sides. If we had time, I was gonna put in these pillars with you guys, but you guys don't necessarily need to see that. And unfortunately, now that now we've got to rehatch Gree, that really doesn't leave us much time there. So let's go check on that. We'll go hatch the new baby Allosaur, and then we'll call it a day. And this is the last episode before episode 50. So what's going to happen next episode? We're going to try and make it special. I'm not exactly sure what it's going to look like. I know for certain, oh come on, we're getting so close. I know for certain that I probably am going to hatch a T-Rex or two next episode, because that's something that people have been requesting for a while. And I think episode 50 is special enough that we can go ahead, since we've already got kind of the area blocked out for T-Rexes in the back of the park. That we can go ahead and do that, so we'll probably hatch a T-Rex next episode. And I don't know, I guess it's possible, I'd have to look at my gear and stuff, but it's possible that we could also go, and maybe as a 50th episode special, maybe we'll go try and take on Anu or something. I haven't really decided yet. It's possible, but not guaranteed. So we'll just kind of see how that works out. Come on, little baby Allosaurus! You can do it! You can do it! Come on. We don't have time for this. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. I do love this little model. It's so much cuter than the JurassiCraft one, and I love the JurassiCraft one because they did it first. Obviously, these guys are copying JurassiCraft, but their model is so cute. Just such a cute little dude. Okay, well, seriously. He's a cute little dude who should be done gestating at this point. So let's move it along, shall we? Yeah! Come on! Really shouldn't take this long. What is it, like 5 minutes to cook up an egg? I mean, come on. Some of us have lives to lead. Let's move it along. Come on. You can do it. Gosh darn it, Gree. Why did you have to die? But yeah, so we're going to hatch this new little guy. He'll probably be either green or gray. Because didn't we hatch a little gray one at some point, too? We've lost a couple of Allosaurs at this point. And I feel like we had a gray one before. And then he died or disappeared or something, didn't we? Or am I making that up? I feel like Clifford used to have a little gray roommate, and then he disappeared or died or something, and then we hatched the green one, Gree. I think we hatched them both out here, and the first one was gray and the second one was green. So I guess we'll see what this guy ends up being, and then we'll call it a day. I started laying in just kind of conceptually for myself, and this isn't done at all. I think I just have the edge of it and then the glass on top, because I had some of the materials in my inventory, so I figured why not. But yeah, so again, this is suspended in the air, so that'll be a bridge as well. Let's go over. Let's just do it right over here. We've got blocks, right? Yeah. So I'm going to take this out. Hadrosaur's making lots of noise over there. They're so loud. Their sound clip really is the worst. One, it's got tons of background noise or something, and two, it's just no like sound, muffling at all. It's just super loud, no matter how far away you are. All right, put that guy there. This guy here. And then I think that's going to be it for today, guys. I'm not even going to make you sit here and watch this, because honestly, we already sat and watched it, you know, cooking in the lab, which is unfortunate. But thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Tortimer the Grey, and you guys have been great. Next episode, we'll take a look at the new baby Allosaur. If you got any suggestions on what its name should be, feel free to let me know. But we got our little Parasaur family going here, which they're doing well. I need to come back and work on the Brachiosaur enclosure a little bit here at some point as well. But unfortunately, today did not go quite as planned. I was really hoping to, oh, let's name a couple of dinos and then let's tame Gree. He looks old enough, and I don't know, maybe I should have grabbed my Dinopedia and double-checked his health before I got going. Maybe he was just low health for some reason. I don't know. But we didn't have any issue with that with Clifford, so that's a bit surprising to me. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I've been Tortimer the Grey, and you guys have been great. Make sure those likes, comments, subscriptions for me, guys, and I'll see you all back here next time. Alrighty, guys, have a good one.